and welcome to Michael Matthew Foundational Health. This episode is an extra special one because I'm going to share a huge personal win that I have just had recently and am not disclosing publicly until now because I was afraid of jinxing it because it's big. And what it is that for those of you who don't know my current situation, it's just over 9 years ago, I had a mountain biking crash and severely damaged my neck and severed my spinal cord almost completely at C4-5. And that has created a situation where I have quadriplegia and very limited arm function, and basically am paralyzed from the upper chest down. I still get lots of crazy internal sensations, but not so much external. In my arms, I have almost normal sensation in my very upper chest, about an inch above my nipple line, and that line continues around the back, and so the tops of my shoulders, a little bit down my arms. For those of you who know muscles, most of the deltoid is good. My underarm, I can barely feel anything. I have some bicep function, so I can pull things towards me, but I can't push away very well. It's mostly gravity when I'm sitting up. And then neck and face, not so bad, and head. But I have, because of I had to have two neck surgeries, so I have a scar on both sides of my neck in the front, and one that they went in twice in the back. Below halfway down my bicep, or below the deltoid, there's kind of mixed in my upper arm, a little bit here and there, a lot of it fuzzy, similar in my forearms. And then there's a couple spots in my hands, especially at the base of the thumb, going towards the wrist, on both sides, but more so on the right. There's some spots that were mostly, I call them fuzzy buzzy. It's kind of like if your arm ever fell asleep and then when it wakes up, it's all tingly and buzzy for a bit. Mostly not a pleasant sensation. But anyway, that's kind of there for me all the time. And about 3 months ago, I had a bare palm because I have a wrist splint on there most of the time. Can't show you the other side so well. There's a little bar that goes across. Anyway, there's a spot at the base of the thumb close to the wrist, maybe the size of a silver dollar, that I was running over some textured fabric, and my brain lit up from that place of, wait a minute, this is different. And so I kept moving it back and forth. And initially, the thought I had is, I think I'm feeling the texture of the fabric, which before was just bzzz, and that's it. It could have been anything, pressure, a nail, running across the fabric. It was kind of all the same, no differentiation. And so super exciting that I felt like I was feeling the texture of the fabric, and it would change depending on which direction. And anyway, I got so excited, but then I was afraid because so many other times in my life with my chronic health issues, there's been these moments where I had a little window of like, oh my God, I'm going to heal. And then it falls apart again. So I didn't even tell Beth, my partner. I held off for a long time. And then finally it's like, okay, this is sticking. So I told Beth, I told some family, super excited that this is happening. The right hand thing and perhaps the left hand thing is super close to the right in the same area. And then there's been some other things that are not as obvious, but I think are also heading in the right direction, because I have to have caregivers do so much for me, when they put washcloth, when they go around my neck and front of my neck. There's definitely been a bunch of times where it's like, that feels different. It feels like there's more pleasure. It's like, oh, it feels more normal. Um, and that's how I would describe the spots on my thumbs. It's the difference between kind of buzzy annoying and like, oh, that feels nice. Is that how that used to feel 9 years ago before I crashed? It's certainly heading in the right direction. There might be some other places where I'm feeling some things too, but again, it's a little not so obvious. But anything I get back, I just want to celebrate, because pleasure is such a minimal thing in my experience, because 90% of me doesn't feel anything. And then you'd think inside a quadriplegic's body, all the places that are paralyzed are silent, but in a lot of us, they aren't. And I feel like bolts of lightning going down my leg and exploding in my feet when I tune in, and my brain's learned how to tune a lot of it out. But, I can try to imagine moving my toes, and I get these like big blasts of electricity in my feet is how it feels. I don't know if some people would call that phantom pain, or is it because I have a millimeter of cord that's still spinal cord that's still connected. I don't know if anybody knows that. Maybe they do. I haven't learned it. So again, just want to share my sheer excitement about this. I have some ideas why, and I think I'll share them in another video. But if I were to get a lot more pleasant, pleasurable sensation in my arms, hands, fingers, anywhere in my body, it would just be a super nice thing. Um, and I don't expect there's going to be some massive healing that's going to make me walk again with what I'm feeling, but um, anything I get back is awesome. And at this point, it's sensation. There's maybe a possibility I get more function too. It all depends on the damage and what can be healed or not. I think it has a lot to do with my diet and oxalates moving out, but I'm going to stop there right now and just say, hey guys, I'm getting some healing even after 9 years, and I'm super excited about where this could go. Okay, thanks for listening. If you like me, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and thanks